Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Akil Iqmal bin Muhammad Jalil, and in this video, me and my colleagues Akilah Najwa binti Muhammad Rosli and Imran Naim bin Ismail will be presenting our project 2 for the course ECS268 Structural and Material Analysis, Workability of Sustainable Material. Introduction. Sustainable materials in construction refers to the local industrial or domestic waste materials that possesses the same properties as the construction materials, such as cement, fine and coarse aggregate. However, sustainable materials should not give out adverse effects on the environment. This is an important aspect to not be overlooked, as approximately 33,000 tons of waste are produced daily in Malaysia. Using sustainable materials in construction sector would be a great alternative in reducing environmental pollution caused by improper disposal of these wastes. Slum Test is a test used to measure the consistency of concrete. The slum obtained from the test shows the water-cement ratio required for concrete to be suitable for different usage. In this project, slum tests are carried out in three conditions. The first test is the control variable test, which the materials used are the normal material used in the construction industry, such as cement powder, fine and coarse aggregate. The other two tests replace 10% of the original coarse aggregate with broken vase and cockle shell, respectively. The objectives of this experimentation are to develop critical thinking in choosing the suitable sustainable materials to make fresh concrete mix, and to study the workability of sustainable materials when used in fresh concrete mix. List of apparatus and materials. The apparatus used in this project is weighing scale, mold, tamping rod, mixing container, hydrophobic gloves, shovel, ruler, and non-absorbent horizontal plate with smooth surface. Meanwhile, the materials used in this project are water, cockle shell, broken vase, fine aggregate, cement powder, and coarse aggregate. Procedure. This is the procedure of preparing concrete mix for the control variable test. The mixing container and apparatuses are prepared by cleaning and drying before proceeding with concrete mixing process. The quantity of materials to be used are prepared according to Appendix 1, Concrete Mix Design, for trial mix volume of 0.00095 m3 by weighing each materials using a weighing scale. Hydrophobic gloves are worn as one of the personal protective equipment (PPE) recommended to be worn before proceeding with concrete mixing process. 0.689 kg of fine aggregates are put into the container and spread evenly. 0.328 kg of cement powder are put into the container and spread evenly on top of the fine aggregate. 0.1785 kg of water is added into the container. The fine aggregate, water, and cement powder are mixed intimately by using a shovel by the means of turning over and over repeatedly until the color of mixture is even. Then, spread out the mixture evenly. 1.074 kg of 10 mm coarse aggregate is added into the mixture and mixed by the means of turning over from side to center, while adding another 0.0595 kg of water until the concrete mix is uniform in color and consistency. The procedure of slum test. Representative sample is taken from fresh concrete. The interior of mold is cleaned and dried. The inside of mold and the base are damped with clean rag at the beginning of every test to reduce the friction between fresh concrete and the mold. The mold is filled with 3 equal layers, with each layer approximately 1/3 of the height of the mold, with concrete to be tested. Each layer is compacted in turn 25 times with tamping rod. After tamping the top layer, the top fill is smoothened off by passing the rod over the mold and leveled by using shovel. The base of the mold is wiped clean from concrete which may have dropped or leaked out, and the metal plate it stands on. The mold is lifted very carefully and slowly in vertical direction by keeping it quite straight. The mold is inverted and placed down on the plate close to the mold of concrete. As soon as the mold is lifted, the concrete is let to be slummed to some extent. The roll is rested on top of the inverted empty mold so that it touches over the mold of concrete. The slump of concrete is measured with ruler from the highest point of the concrete to the underside of the road. The measured slump and the type of slump are recorded. All data obtained and recorded are tabulated in proper technical format.
Preparing concrete mix consists of 10% seashell. Step 1. The mixing container and apparatus are prepared by cleaning and drying before proceeding with concrete mixing process. The quantity of material to be used are prepared according to Appendix 1, Concrete Mix Design, for trial mix volume of 0.00095 meter square by weighing each materials using a weighing scale. Hydrophobic gloves are worn as one of the personal protective equipment (PPE) recommended to be worn before proceeding with concrete mixing process. 0.689 kg of fine aggregates are put into the container and spread evenly. 0.328 kg of cement powder are put into the container and spread evenly on top of the fine aggregate. 0.1785 kg of water is added into the container. The fine aggregate, water and cement powder are mixed intimately by using a spade by the means of turning over and over repeatedly until the color of mixture is even. Then spread out the mixture evenly. And then for the coarse aggregate, about 10% of the coarse aggregate is replaced by seashell. So from 1.074 kilogram of coarse aggregate, it was replaced by about 100 gram of seashell, and then are added into the mixture and mixed by the means of turning over from side to center, while adding another 0.0595 kg of water until the concrete mix is uniform in color and consistency.
In this slum test, I choose crushed pots as a sustainable material for coarse aggregate. I changed 10% of the coarse aggregates with the crushed pots. After that, I put all the materials, which is the fine aggregate, sand, cement, and also the coarse aggregate that have been replaced, into a container and spread evenly. Then I set up the apparatus and proceed this experiment by fill the mold with the fresh concrete into 3 equal layers, which each layer approximately 1/3 of the height of the mold. Each layer is tamped 25 times with a tamping rod. After the top layer have been tempered, I carefully lift the mold and place it down close to the mold of the concrete. Then I rest the rod across the top of the inverted empty mold that touches over the mold of the concrete. I measure the slump of the concrete by using a ruler and record the measurement. From the observation, the type of slump that I get is true slump.
Result. This is the result obtained from the test. For the first case, 1.074 kg of 10 mm coarse aggregate is used. The type of slump obtained is true slump and the slump is 0 mm. For the second case, 0.1 kg of crushed cockle shell is added with 0.974 kg of 10 mm coarse aggregate. The type of slump obtained is true slump and the slump is 0 mm. For the third case, 0.1 kg of crushed pots are added with 0.974 kg of 10 mm coarse aggregate, and the type of slump obtained is true slump and the slump is 0 mm. For the fourth case, 0.1 kg of 10 mm coarse aggregate is added with 0.974 kg of 10 mm coarse aggregate, and the type of slump obtained is true slump and the slump is 0 mm. For the fifth case, 0.1 kg of crushed pots are added with 0.974 kg of 10 mm coarse aggregate, and the type of slump obtained is true slump and the slump is 0 mm. That's all from our group. Thank you for watching.